Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to do things a bit differently since things have been a bit complicated, specifically with Rebel Loves. I kind of wanted to, in a way, trying to smooth things out a little bit and try to bring a reassuring message to everyone that may be a bit overwhelmed with the uncertainty of the situation. And I kind of made a list of questions that we could ask, and I'll do them quickly because I want this to be a short video that could clear up some questions out there. And of course, this is not like an individual reading of sorts, so I don't want to dwell too much on questions. So yeah, I'll try to be as detailed as possible and try to deliver my most optimistic interpretation of the cards. The cards will give the message, and I will do my best to give the most positive outlook of them, since I'm trying to give a healing and not smooth, but nice message for all of you guys. So the first question that I wrote down, I think I wrote 6. The first one was, how will the situation that Irene is in, how will that affect her? So I was thinking of just taking like 3 cards out for everyone. So we have the Devil. I can already hear all of you guys probably panicking because the first card that comes out is the Devil. But don't worry. The Devil tells me that she's probably just learning a lesson. Let's see, how will this situation affect Irene? We have the World reverse and the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer energy. So the first thing that I see is that she's going to learn right away how to control her emotions a bit better. I think with the situation that she is in right now, it probably made her realize that she can't have those outbursts and just let all of her emotions overwhelm someone else. With the Wheel reverse, I'm getting that this is something that had to happen to her. This is part of, okay, I'm trying to tap into the energy of how people will react to this. And when I mean that this had to happen to her, the Wheel tells me that this is a cycle that had to end. I mentioned earlier in a couple of my videos that she needed to be careful with the words that she said, or needed to mature a little bit in that sense. And I feel that this situation is kind of like ending a cycle, teaching her, okay, there's consequences to every action that we take, and right now, sadly, she's paying the consequences of her words. And with the Queen of Cups, that's Cancer energy, so that tells me that I just realized the Devil is Capricorn and the Queen of Cups is Cancer, so that means that there needs to be a balance. Capricorn is someone that is very businesslike, very grounded, and probably, I guess, one of the cards that are best at business or seen as that. And Cancer is a bit more of a motherly figure, right? While Capricorn is more of like the strict father that's working hard to make business. Cancer, it's usually seen as like the mother of the zodiac, someone that's friendly and caring and takes care of the same things Capricorn does, but at home. So they make sure that everything's established and grounded at home, making sure that everyone's taken care of, all in the domestic part of their life. So I feel that what she's going through is that she was working too hard in business, probably had a very strong masculine energy of getting stuff done, that is a bit reckless. She didn't realize that she is also dealing with people. These people have emotions. These people have their own way of thinking and their own ideas and values. And I think she accidentally, I'm thinking, stepped her ground. But what I'm trying to say is that we all like to push boundaries and see the limit of them. And I think she did not know where to stop on this situation. And there's a chance that she just encountered not necessarily the wrong person. Okay, for the fans, it would be the wrong person that taught her a lesson, but for life is the right person to teach her such lessons. And the Wheel tells me that even though right now no one may see that this is to help her character, her personality, and all of herself, it's something that she had to go through. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't think this is necessarily bad, even though right now it may seem that way. I don't think it is. So now I'm going to ask, how will this situation affect the whole group? The whole of Red Velvet. Let's see. How will the situation with Irene affect the group? Okay. So we have the Prince of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Swords reversed. So that is water. Okay, so I feel that with the situation that happened, the way that I wanted to see how this will affect the group in relation to their career, but it seems like we got more of how will this affect their relationship as a group. And I think what we got is emotions. So many of them, so I think this will cause them to open up on how they feel. Maybe if they're overwhelmed, to talk about that, or if they feel good, to talk about that as well, because the Nine of Cups is usually someone that feels very satisfied or a wish has been fulfilled. So I feel that, and usually the Nine of Cups means like a message is been sent of sorts, and it's all about creativity, spirituality, and in this case, which I think is the main case, is emotions. With the Ten of Swords reverse, it tells me that whatever mental baggage any of them have, they will sit down and talk about it. I feel that the thing that happened with Irene probably caused many of them to start talking about their own issues and how that could affect the group. I mean, not only do we have Irene with this scandal, everyone has kind of been working on their own thing, so I don't think many of them have like sat down and talked about the situations they're in and how that could affect them. But I feel that right now the group may be talking specifically how it's affecting them in the emotional state, in their relationship, and their bond. So I don't think people were necessarily worried and how, oh, I see. So I think one of the things that I hear or feel is that people need to know that I don't think the group doesn't get along. I feel that the group has a good equal dynamic, that I don't think what happened with Irene and her situation is something that is very common with the group. Yet I think that the rest of the members are mature enough to just understand that Irene doesn't know any better in that case. I do feel that, as I mentioned before, Irene just needs to learn how to use her words wisely, because I mean, as we saw, it got her in big trouble. But I didn't really get the answer I was looking for, so I'm going to ask again. How will the thing with Irene affect the group's career? So we have the Magician. I think this is going very well, and I'm not too sure how that could be. Because we have the Magician as a clarifier, so that tells me that dreams will come true. Magic will just work in their benefit. Like, something good is going to happen. I just can't really see how that's the case, right? Let's see. I heard that it's going to get everybody else working. So how will this affect Red Velvet's career? And we have the Five of Wands. I think many of them are going to fight for the group to stay together. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, many of them are going to work very hard to make things happen. Many of them, because we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands means fight, or a fighter, warrior type of energy. The Magician is someone that just makes anything happen. There's no impossibles. Everything can happen, or they have the power to manifest it. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So that tells me that the group is going to be on stable ground. Everything's going to get cleared up. So if there were any like mental issues, or any, and what I mean mental issues is like burdens, like overthinking something, it's going to get cleared out because emotions are going to be talked about, and that will help everyone just kind of release anything that has to be released. And then dreams are going to come true. We have the Nine of Cups and the Magician. So dreams are coming true, and things are going to manifest in a way that is beneficial for them. Now, let me warn you. Just because good things are happening, it doesn't necessarily mean that the group is going to be doing things together. What I mean by that is that just because everyone's going to start working very hard with this Eight of Pentacles, learning and teaching other people, or teaching each other, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to come back as a group. It just shows that everyone's going to come out of it okay. Now, I don't know why I wrote this question, but I wrote it, was, will Irene leave SM? I don't know why some people will want to know that. But let's ask, will Irene leave SM? I think that, like, I don't think she will. But let's see what the cards have to say about that. Oh god. Too many fell. A bunch of cards fell. We're gonna put them back and talk. Okay. So let's see. Okay, let's just go. So of course the answer is no. I don't think a situation like this is gonna cause her to leave, and I think if she were to leave, it will be pretty, again, reckless of her to do such a thing. I don't think she has set a solid foundation for her to survive on her own. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, it's bright. It's okay. I don't think she has set enough of her work to be able to survive on her own. I think she kind of does rely a lot on the company still to make business. We have the 8 of Swords, which tells me it's someone that is, she can't leave because she's still at the mercy of the company, if you want to put it that way. It's someone that is looking, here we have a guy that's kind of looking towards something better, looking out like off of the cliff to something greater, I guess, something more beneficial, but still he's tied up. And usually the 8 of Swords means someone that can walk away from what they have, but they probably have the illusion that they're trapped. And with this situation, I feel that Irene knows that it's not beneficial for her to leave the company, so I don't think she's leaving under her own accord. And we have 2 cards reversed, so that tells me, of course, that's a no. And you have the 5 of Wands. I think that that reversal means that even if she will want to, it will not benefit her. And with the Sun, even if it's reversed, it's still a very happy, optimistic card. So that tells me that it will actually be more beneficial for her to stay in the company than if she leaves. So I don't know why I wrote that as one of my questions, but if anyone was wondering if she will leave the company, the answer is, of course, no. And many cards fell before I was able to take out those 3, so that tells me that many people are probably very nervous just thinking that that's going to happen, but I reassure you, she's not. And if she is, well, that's my interpretation. My interpretation is that she's not going to leave, and it will be kind of dumb of her if she does. So yeah, but I'm not the one making choices for her. She's making her own choices, and she is the boss of her own life. So if she decides to leave, that's on her, not on me. Now, will SM kick her out? Again, I don't think SM is gonna kick her out. I don't think a situation like this is enough for SM to be like, oh, we don't want her anymore. Like, yeah, the answer is no. We have 4 cards, but I'll take all 4. I'm laughing because I heard something in the background. Sorry. I know this is a serious matter, like a very serious and important matter, but my family's still here, so it was funny how they made noise and panicked at the noise. Anyway, so will a company, will SM want to like kick Irene out? The answer is of course not. I felt that the answer was no, but let me show you why. So I was talking to my sister for a minute, and she was like, I don't think people are worried that Irene's gonna get kicked out. And I'm just like, hey, that's a question that kind of popped into my head. We're gonna ask. Someone probably is asking themselves if SM is gonna kick her out or something. And there's a reason. I don't think she's gonna be sent to the SM dungeon. I really doubt it. She will take a pause though. I do feel SM is gonna be like, okay, go to your corner and reflect. You're on timeout. But I don't think SM is gonna kick her out of the group or kick her out of the company. Guys, if anyone's worried about this, don't worry. Don't worry. Look, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just, I just feel like it's overwhelming. Anyway, so we have the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and that tells me right away that they see that I think the company sees Irene as a good way of making money, and this is not the first scandal SM has to like bury under the rug or something. Like sweep under the rug. They know how to work with this, so they know that the best thing they can do is just cool it down, just wait for the storm to pass, and then we're gonna get like the sun in a rainbow or something. Like the Ten of Pentacles tells me that they see her as a good way of making money. They're not going to get rid of their money back. Let's put it that way. I was gonna say their cow cash. Their cash cow? Irene is not a cow. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So that tells me that right now, everyone may be impatient, like, what are we gonna do? Everyone's like going around like chickens without heads. But calm down. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that right now, people need to, again, calm down and wait. Just wait for things to calm down. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's going to take this as a way to make rumors. Other people are gonna go out of their way to defend her in a way that is actually not helping her. So later I'm going to ask how fans can help. And right now it says just wait, just be patient. If anything, just say how much you love Irene and how you will support her, but don't drag anything else towards this. It's like if you have a tornado and then people start talking about things that they shouldn't talk about, or start blaming everyone else in a way to distract the attention from this like tornado. So instead what they're doing is they're just bringing more and more and more mess in already dangerous storm. And with the Death card reversed, it tells me that she's going through a transformation that has to be gone through. And what I mean by that is that earlier we had the Devil, the Wheel. So that tells me that she's going through a transformation, and SM probably just unconsciously, like, I don't think SM is like, okay, let's wait for you to evolve and then we can continue working. No, that's not how it works. She just has to learn and reflect, and with that, then I think SM will be like, okay, you're out of your timeout. Let's continue working. We need that money. You know, I mean, SM is a company, and their product just malfunctioned for a little bit. They just gonna fix it up a bit, and then they can continue working. And I think that's, I mean, I know Irene is human, of course, but SM is still a company, so I'm just seeing that's probably how they see all their artists. Like, okay, you still work. All you have to do is wait for the people to calm down. And then we have the Three of Wands reversed. I'll get a clarifier for that, actually. We have the King of Cups reversed, which is the Queen of Cups over here. I mean, because usually the King of Cups is that Cancer energy, the mature cup, right? But in this deck that you see right here, this one, it reverses all the men and the women, all the men and women. God, poopies. So again, that's Cancer energy. So all I'm saying is that life is just like Irene has to just grow, develop, and mature, and because of that, she's going through a transformation. I mean, I don't know how aware people are, but she's going through her Saturn return, so of course she needs to grow up a bit, go through the things that she has to go through to be in like the next phase, you can say. That's why many people say that you become like a full-on adult when you're in your 30s, even though some people will also say when you're 25. I mean, I don't know. I'm too young to know what it means to be an adult. But she's still just transforming, right? She's becoming... It has to go from this... whatever energy she is right now, which could be the Capricorn energy, I'm not too sure, and transform and grow into this King of Cups energy, which is a bit more gentle, a bit more caring. It's the mature way of expressing your emotions, if you want to put it that way. And of course, since it's reversed right here, it tells me that she's not there yet. So if anything, SM is like, okay, you're in your timeout, we'll wait the storm out, and then when everything's clear, you can come back. So don't worry, just give it time. Just give it time. I don't know how long, but just give it time. 7 months. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just saw the 7 and I was like, oh, 7 months. What was the other question I was going to ask? I think I was going to ask, oh, right. So you know how life, I don't think life is cyclical, but then the new girl group was announced. Not officially, but kind of, but not really. But so my secret agent co-sister over there is doing her research to see if the new girl group is like official or not, or it's rumored enough to be pretty much real or not. But I kind of wanted to ask if history will repeat itself and we're going to get another, like a Red Velvet 2.0 thing. I don't know how people are aware of this, but we have a pretty spot on theory that Red Velvet debuted earlier because of the situation with FX. Or people call it FFX. Oh my god. We're reaching that point where I'm like, I don't know I don't know the official name. Anyway, but I wanted to know if like SM will take out like a new girl group to distract everyone from this scandal. To divert the attention, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna take out some cards and be like, how, if SM were to take out a new girl group, how will that affect Red Velvet? Will they be thrown to the dungeon? Will they be forgotten? Will they be, I don't know. Oh my. I'll take this one card. So we have the Princess of Cups. Okay. My first thought was like, will the new girl group allow Red Velvet to finally find the loves of their lives? Is this what Red Velvet needs to get laid in public? I was kidding. Okay, now like I don't mean like literally get laid in public. I mean like finally find a partner they can be happy with. I'm sorry, I should take this more seriously, right? Someone out there's gonna be like, please, this is a serious situation we're in. Okay. So we have the Princess of Cups, the Five of Swords? No. The Priestess. Or the Hierophant. I thought it was a Five of Swords. But we have the Six of Swords. And the Sorceress. Or the Magician once again. So, let's see. So we have the Hierophant and the Magician. So that tells me that if the group goes out, it may make things a bit more difficult for the group. I feel that it will allow the girls to have, and it will allow all of the Red Velvet members to have more time to themselves, to be a bit more free, to express themselves emotionally and be more creative. Like they will have more freedom, because we have the Hierophant, the Priestess reversed, and that tells me that a lot of like the traditional things will be thrown out the window. So that will allow all of them to do things their own way, have the freedom to express themselves as creatively as they want. And with the Six of Swords, I'm getting that there's a chance that it will be, even though they want to go to calmer waters, it may be a bit difficult to go to a point of safety. I think that many of them will go through a turmoil of uncertainty, of new waters, of like, okay, where should we go? How should we do it? Because this traditional foundation is gone. And with the Magician, the Sorceress reverse is the Magician reversed in this one. So I feel that even though the situation itself with Irene did not affect the group, not even their career, it's just, it probably caused many of them to work harder, probably to overcompensate for the fact that they're getting all of this, I'm saying backlash, but that's not the word I'm looking for. All of this unwanted attention, I guess you could say. But with the Magician reversed here, it tells me that it will be like a bump on the road. If the new girl group were to be debuted by SM, it will distract unwanted attention from them, and it will allow so again, it's gonna feel like if the group were to debut or something, I don't think it will get in the way of Red Velvet's success or the attention SM is going to give them, because I have a feeling that Red Velvet has reached a point where everyone is going solo, everyone's doing their own thing, may it be acting, may it be shows, may it be singing, everyone's kind of doing their own thing. And I feel that if they were to, it's going to be kind of those things that maybe next year they take out something as a group, and we're going to see them like every year, like once a year as a group. But aside from that, everyone's going to be is going to be doing their own thing. I do feel that because of how close Red Velvet is, all of them will want to have at least a comeback, to try it out for like a last time. And if it works, they're gonna continue doing it, and they're gonna show once again to SM that they are a profitable group. I don't think SM will want to throw them into the dungeon, and if they do, they're just losing lots of money for no reason. But SM is SM. All companies are kind of dumb once in a while. So I hope SM realizes the value of Red Velvet and doesn't just take them for granted or go like, oh, let me focus on this new group to make money out of them, when in reality Red Velvet has a lot to give still. And what was the... Oh, right. And now to close off this reading, I want to ask one last question as to what can Irene fans... Well, not Irene. Well, I guess they're the ones that are more affected right now. And this is, I guess, for you guys. So, what can the fans do to help Irene? In a way? I guess that's what I wanted to say. So, what can Irene fans do to help her out in this situation? What is your recommendation? Let's see what the cards have to say. So we have the Four of Pentacles. No, it's the Four of Cups. Wait. I have the Four of Cups, the Eight of Wands. Okay. Okay. I feel like moving the cards so we can concentrate the energy. Yeah, I'm gonna move this ones here. And I'm going to move this ones here. So I'm going to move the cards so we can concentrate the energy on what the fans can do to help Irene in this situation, in this hard moment of timeout. And we have the Four of Cups reversed, the Eight of Wands reversed, and the Emperor reversed. So that tells me that one of the things that people should do is try to stay focused. These two cards tell me to that you guys need to focus. With the Four of Cups, it usually means someone that is distracted, someone that is not paying attention to what life is bringing them. So in this situation, I already told you, Irene is going through a change, a transformation that had to be, it was kind of like destined. Like, she had to do this, right? Okay, let me clarify. What I mean is that she had to go through this situation so she can learn. If she learns, life will leave her alone because she learned her lesson. But if she doesn't learn, it will get harder from here. So if anything, just concentrate on the fact that, well, she has to learn she has to pay the consequences of her actions, and it's normal. We all do. The only difference is that hers is public, and that's it. We all have the things we have to learn, right? It's kind of like if you tell a kid off, your parents are probably going to be like, okay, apologize. And then you have to go like, yes, mama, and you apologize. And so it's kind of like what she's going through. And the Eight of Wands also tells me that people need to concentrate their energy on one thing. Usually the Eight of Wands is someone that is throwing all of their energy towards one goal, and they will get it, right? And with this one, it tells me that many of the fans are spread out. They're thinking, okay, but this thing and this other thing, but we need to do this and we need to do that, and that's not being organized, and that mess and that chaos is giving a very big advantage for other people to use it in their benefit, which may not necessarily be beneficial to Irene or her reputation, which is what I think is the most important right now, to maintain not a clean, but at least not to damage her reputation. I think it would be better if this happens and then she takes that as a way of saying, like, I learned, I became a new person. But if people start piling up other things that are not even involved with her, it will create rumors in such a way that she can't clear up because they're not true. So there's nothing to say besides not talk about them. And I don't know. I feel imagination can be dangerous when you have people thinking the wrong things. And you have the Emperor reverse. So that tells me that one of the things that people should do is just think. They say that we attract who we are. So I'm not surprised that, as I'm saying, Irene is supposed to be mature and learn to be gentle with her words. I think Irene fans should also internalize that with themselves. I'm not saying everyone is, but you guys should try to be very careful with your words. Try not to attack other people or pretend like this is not happening. I do feel that, I mean, as my sister showed me, I don't think it's ideal to say the government's using her to hide their own things. I do think that by doing stuff like that, it will be very easy for other people to dispose of her, if you want to put it that way, if fans are being that problematic. You don't really want to have an idol that did something wrong and then there's more baggage because of how messy the fans are being. So I think if you guys are well behaved, that reflects a lot better on Irene. And I think that if anything, the fans should just concentrate on saying how much they love Irene and how much you support her and care for her without like, you guys don't necessarily have to put other excuses as to why Irene didn't do wrong, as much as you should say like, oh, she's a very good leader, look what she has done, and not exaggerate things. Be very honest, like, she is a good leader and she takes care of her people, and because of that you should try to highlight how good she is in that sense. And I think that, yeah, people have their moments when they get mad and they tell people off, but of course that doesn't mean that we will not pay the consequences of such actions. If you tell someone off and you maybe step over some boundaries, then of course you have to pay for that. And I guess many people may not want to see it, that maybe Irene did something wrong, but she did, and she got caught, and well, it happens, right? And if anything, it will look better on her if she says, look, I made a mistake and I learned. That will make her seem more human, and that will give her a lot more character and personality to her reputation, and that will be a lot better. But if the fans are constantly putting a lot of things that go against her, then, well, it will be harder for her to say that she changed of sorts if people are constantly involving her in other things, right? So I think the best thing Irene fans can do is stay quiet about anything else that people say or want to say that goes against her, and if anything, just say how much you love her and start showing examples of all the good things that she has done. Not in a way to say, see, she's done so many good things, she can't do no wrong, because if you say that, then people are going to start pointing out all the wrongs that she has done. So if anything, just say how much you love her, how much she has done for the group, and be very honest, very truthful, because truths are coming out this year, and sadly this was one of the ones that had to come out. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I think that the best thing fans can do is just show how much you love Irene and how much you support her and how much of a good person she is. Like, highlight her good qualities and try to use that in your advantage so that you distract people from trying to create rumors against her. And I'm going to take out 2 more cards. Just 2 more cards. I don't know why. And we have the 10 of Wands and the Hierophant. So that tells me that people need to be leaders and try to promote the good that she has done. Usually Taurus is a sign that is very stubborn, very grounded, but it's Venus energy. So Taurus is a card that likes to see the beautiful things in life, and they don't lie to themselves, they don't lie to other people in that sense. I'm not saying Tauruses are not like this, but this is the energy I'm getting from this card. So it's someone that is very powerful, they stand their ground, and they're very honest. They're like, this is who I am, this is the people I'm with, no lies. And with the 10 of Wands reverse, it tells me that people need to let go of the burdens of, if you think she did wrong, say, okay, yeah, she did wrong, but I hope she uses this to learn. All of our mistakes are tools that we get from life, so we learn and we become better people. And Irene is not the exception. She's human, and because of that, she will make mistakes, and just like any other human, she will have to learn from it. And if she doesn't, she will continue paying the consequences of those actions. And if she does, she will go on to the next thing that she has to learn to improve herself as a person, as an individual. And I think people, since she's a public figure, of course people are going to see this, and people are going to want to shit on her and I think the mission of fans in this case is just to, not necessarily to defend her in a way of she's untouchable, you shouldn't do nothing to her, but more as defend her as be like, okay, yeah, she's human. What can you do, right? Just love her and show how much of a wonderful person she is, because she has a lot of qualities that make her a great person, and that's what people should highlight right now. Instead of bringing all this negativity, try to bring positivity by letting go of all of this rumors of, oh, let's defend her by diverting our attention to this negative thing. That will make it worse. It's like if you have like a black hole and it's attracting all of this energy, if you bring anything closer that it's bad, it will get bigger. But if you bring positivity, you will fill it in with a bunch of good things. And honesty and truthfulness is something that at the moment it may feel painful, but it will clear anything in the long run. So that's kind of like the biggest thing I wanted to touch upon. Try to calm the people down with all of this uncertainty, try to bring like a hopeful message to people, and maybe something, I bet people want to do something to defend her, and I think the best way is just bring her love, try to maybe point out the good things that she has done, and admit that if she made a mistake, she's human and she will learn from it. And try not to take it too personally. I know that many people love Irene, but that doesn't mean that a hit to her is a direct hit to you. So just keep that in mind, right? She made a mistake, she will learn from it, just like we all do, right? But yeah, let's not blind ourselves, and let's be honest. Honesty will take people a long way, even if at the moment it may not seem that way. So yeah, I'll leave that there. I hope this was a healing and loving message for you guys. I hope you understood it the best way I could put it. I was trying to be as optimistic as I could of the situation, but of course not lie to you guys. I don't feel it's fair to be fake about this and say, oh, everything will be fine, or she didn't make anything wrong, so lash out to anyone. Like, I don't think that's fair. Like, I think you guys deserve truthfulness and honesty, and I try to give you my best interpretation of the cards the best way I could, with, of course, in context of this situation. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I wanted to make this short, but I actually have no clue how short this video will be, and I want to do more videos that are like one question only, that is very specific to a situation, but I ended up writing sets for this one, so it was pretty lengthy anyway. So I hope you liked it, and I hope it was helpful, loving and healing energy from my part to you, and I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, I'll leave that there.